In life, progress every day isn't always easy to perceive. But imagine, just by progressing 1% each day, you would find yourself at a new peak after 365 days. A miraculous transformation 37 times greater than now. Conversely, every step backward is akin to slowly losing yourself into the abyss of stagnation and mediocrity. Yet amidst that bleak picture, just one small change, one good habit, can trigger a powerful domino effect. It's like a snowball rolling larger and larger, propelling you toward unforeseen success and prosperity. With that magic, you can completely apply it to revamp your financial situation. Imagine worries about money becoming a thing of the past, no longer shackled by a web of negative thinking. Instead, you become a builder of financial freedom, inner happiness, and deep joy every day. Does this seem like a distant dream? Perhaps, but it's a dream entirely within your reach. Today, we will delve into 10 core principles in Stoic philosophy to unlock the door to liberation from mundane thought loops. But before we embark on the first principle, I have a small challenge for you. Follow this video to the end and don't miss any principle. The following principles will help you perceive your finances, and your life will change significantly. So why should you listen? Because life is not just about existence, but also about experiencing and enjoying every moment. And if you're entirely ready, leave a comment. I accept the challenge, so we know you're fully embracing this challenge. We live in a world where money is not just a means to survive, but the key to freedom and possibility. But we easily forget, or even avoid, accurately managing personal finances. This is not only a common mistake, but also one of the habits that keep us forever in poverty, both mentally and materially. Principle number 1. Stop ignoring your finances. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest philosopher-emperors of Rome, and also a Stoic philosopher, once wrote that wealth is not in the amount of gold and silver you possess, but in self-control and contentment. But the question is, how do we know what is enough? It's when we never stop to consider what we need versus what we want. In the profound teachings of Stoicism, we are reminded that not only is each act of consumption or each investment decision a reflection of financial value, but it also reveals the moral values deep within us. This sets a high standard for how we approach personal finance. It's not just a part of managing material resources, but also a part of the self-improvement and personal development process. By neglecting personal finance management, we miss out not only on golden opportunities to improve our financial life, but also on the chance to refine our character, to become stronger and more self-sufficient in facing life's constant challenges. Stoic philosophy also emphasizes that managing personal finances is not just an art, but also a science, a process that requires awareness, discipline, and a long-term vision. By applying these principles to financial management, we not only enhance our financial capability, but also develop resilience and autonomy against life's challenges. Through this, we achieve not just material comfort, but also find deeper meaning and happiness in life. To escape the trap of perpetual poverty, let's start by re-evaluating how we spend money. Ask yourself, is this purchase really necessary, or is it just a spontaneous reaction to a momentary emotion? Stoic philosophy is not about living in denial, but about living a meaningful life, with purpose and self-control. By managing our finances wisely, we not only create security and assurance for ourselves, but also open the door to freedom. Freedom from financial worries. Freedom to live a life in pursuit of true value. Principle number 2. Stop associating wealth with happiness. Many people believe that happiness is closely related to wealth. Others say that happiness cannot be separated from fame and fortune. It can be seen that the majority of people conceive happiness as stemming from external objects. But in reality, happiness or fortune is created by each individual. The happiness of each person comes from the little things from within. As long as one life by the guidance of the heart, everyone will surely feel happy. However, in the relentless pursuit of such happiness, many people inadvertently become victims of the mistaken belief that wealth is a prerequisite for experiencing true happiness. Through the profound lens of Stoicism, we are taught a different truth. Happiness is not a product of material goods, but the result of a tranquil soul and a meaningful life. Let's look at Harry, a successful businessman with everything anyone could dream of: a large mansion, top-of-the-line cars, and luxurious trips around the world. Yet, despite being surrounded by luxury, Harry feels empty and lost inside. The more material possessions he has, the more confused and directionless he becomes. This only changes when Harry discovers Stoicism, a beacon of light in the vast darkness of his life. Thanks to Stoicism, Harry realizes that joy and happiness cannot be bought with money or material things. He starts to seek happiness in simple things like inner peace, genuine friendship, and precious moments with family. Harry gradually reduces his dependence on material goods and shifts the focus of his life towards more meaningful things. Through a challenging journey of self-discovery, he learns that true happiness is not a distant destination, but a journey of discovering oneself, accepting and being grateful for what one has. Wealth, though seemingly attractive, cannot truly compare to the value of tranquility and inner contentment. Harry's story is not just a lesson in Stoicism, but also a powerful reminder to stop associating wealth with happiness. It is a liberating message, a turning point that helps us break free from the materialistic root and opens the path to a life full of meaning, freedom, and true happiness. We just explored principle number 2. This perspective may challenge many, but it also opens up space for sharing and learning from each other. So, we're very interested in hearing about your experiences and viewpoints. Have you ever found happiness in simple, non-material things? Please leave your comments below this video. Every story, every viewpoint is a source of inspiration, helping us build a strong community where we learn from each other and grow together. What we often do to fit into society and gain acceptance can be a natural part of everyday life. However, when we prioritize pleasing others, we may be putting ourselves in a dangerous situation. But let's look at how we can liberate ourselves from the constraints of conformity and live the way we truly want to. Principle number 3. Stop living to please others. In our journey towards success, the challenging path we take is often linked with the impositions of others. Every step, every decision seems to require validation and acceptance through the control of society's gaze. However, in the world of Stoicism, we realize that life is not about striving to please others. Indeed, no matter how hard we try, receiving positive or negative feedback, there will always be a part of society, or even close ones, dissatisfied with the path we've chosen. Under the pressure of criticism and prejudice, many become lost in living to please others. They abandon themselves and their core values to chase standards not their own. But this only leads to dissatisfaction and unhappiness as we cut away parts of our identity just to meet others' desires. For instance, a young individual is passionate about art, but is forced by their family to study business for financial stability. Even if they succeed in business, they feel turmoil and emptiness inside for not pursuing their true passion. Instead, they live in longing for acceptance and appreciation from others, despite setting limits on themselves and forsaking the true joys of life. Therefore, in the quest for wealth and happiness, stopping to live just to please others is a fundamental principle that Stoic philosophy teaches us. To truly achieve prosperity and happiness, we need to live as our true selves, unbound by others' opinions, and not let any challenge be greater than our passion and personal values. Perhaps you've felt like me, caught in a whirlwind of uncontrollable spending. The initial joy of shopping eventually becomes a burden when the bills pile up. I've been there, losing control over my spending beyond my means. But after all, I've learned a valuable lesson: to stop, think, and live a more meaningful life by controlling myself. Principle number 4. Stop spending beyond your means. Sometimes you might feel that saving money is an insurmountable challenge. That feeling is entirely understandable, as life increasingly demands significant and ever-rising expenditures. However, let's take a moment to think about the bills and daily expenses we face. A recent study has highlighted that Ireland is one of the most expensive countries to live in Europe, reflecting a general trend of rising living costs across the continent. This can cause discouragement for many people when thinking about saving money. However, it's important to realize that, regardless of economic circumstances, everyone can learn how to save money. This requires a change in how we manage our finances, especially in giving up unnecessary spending habits that exceed our financial capabilities. To achieve this, adopting a policy of not overspending in personal financial management becomes very important. This not only helps to reduce financial stress and anxiety, but also brings calmness and autonomy to everyday life. Living beyond one's means not only puts pressure on the wallet, but also negatively affects our mental and psychological health. Recognizing this is an important first step towards a healthier financial life. When we start living within our means, not only does our bank account become more stable, but it also contributes to improving the quality of life, happiness, and self-esteem. This does not mean giving up all enjoyable spending or investing in oneself, but mastering personal finance and learning to make every penny count. By adopting this philosophy, we will discover that saving money is not only a possibility, but also a smart choice that brings peace and satisfaction to life. Inspire others. Can you share a story that changed you from this principle? Please leave a comment below. Principle number 5. Stop blaming others. Please don't blame others for your failures. Success or failure in life is decided by you. Do not let bad habits prevent you from changing your life. Time and again, you procrastinate on ideas, shrink back in fear, or blame circumstances, doubt yourself, and refuse to take responsibility. If you continue living this way, don't ask why your life is filled with failures. You want to wake up at 5 a.m. to have more time for important tasks. You aim to be the best in your field, become a billionaire, and achieve great success. You want all that, but there's always something holding you back. Whenever you come up with an idea, a persistent voice from deep within whispers to you that you're incapable. Time and again, you procrastinate on ideas, shrink back in fear, or blame circumstances. But that's not the main cause of failure. The issue is, you need to understand yourself. Deep down, you might be maintaining some bad habits that prevent you from pursuing your goals and achieving success. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Roman emperors and a Stoic philosopher, wrote in his Meditations, "To change your experience, change your opinion. If you're upset by something outside you, it's not the thing itself that upsets you, but your opinion of it. And it's in your power to wipe away that opinion immediately." This echoes the truth that power lies in recognizing and accepting that we cannot control every external element, but we have the total ability to control our reactions and thoughts toward those elements. Blaming others or circumstances is not only an act of refusing responsibility, but also a display of weakness. When we choose to blame, we give up our power to create change by holding on to the belief that we are victims of circumstance. This creates a cycle of frustration and helplessness, where personal growth stalls and achieving goals seems unattainable. In contrast, taking responsibility for one's own life is a strong step towards freedom and inner strength. Realizing that every decision, from waking up at 5 a.m. to making better use of one's time, to embracing challenges and overcoming fear, is within your control, you begin to steer your life in a more positive direction. Thank you for taking the time to follow us halfway through this video. Your support is a great motivation for us to continue sharing knowledge and insights from Stoic philosophy. Feel free to leave comments about your thoughts and personal experiences on this topic. We are eager to listen and share with you. Stay tuned for the final lessons on Stoic philosophy on our channel. Sometimes, fear and anxiety about risks can lead us to refuse new opportunities, which can limit our growth and progress. We will explore how Stoic philosophy helps us confidently and patiently face risks, aiming to create positive changes in our lives. Let's discover the next principle together and how to apply it in your journey. Principle number 6. Stop avoiding risks. Adventure is always a word that makes many people feel uneasy and worried. However, through the lens of Stoicism, we are encouraged to perceive risk not only as obstacles to overcome, but also as precious opportunities for growth and self-improvement. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, has illuminated our path with invaluable advice. To the person who does not know where he wants to go, there is no favorable wind. This underscores the importance of embracing risk consciously and using it as a means to bring us closer to our goals. Risk, no longer the enemy, becomes our companion, challenging us daily. A vivid illustration of this is the story of a young entrepreneur named Jack, standing at the threshold of expanding his business into a new market. Haunted by the fear of uncertainty and the possibility of failure, he chooses to confront it with the belief that each challenge hides an opportunity to learn and grow. As a result, he not only witnesses the remarkable growth of his business, but also realizes the latent power within himself, the power of perseverance and relentless effort. What Stoicism wants us to remember is that in every moment of facing risk, we have the opportunity to refine our calmness and autonomy. By viewing each challenge as a test of our endurance and adaptability, we learn to maintain our stance, unshaken by tumult or failure. Avoiding risk not only causes us to lose the chance to develop, but also holds us back in safety that does not exist. Stoicism teaches that by facing and intelligently managing risk, we not only overcome fear, but also open new doors for personal development and success. Remember, sometimes the path to freedom and achievement is the one we choose to take through challenges, embracing risk and turning it to our advantage. If you're ready to face the risks and not shy away from challenges, leave a comment. I am ready to face challenges and risks below this video. Principle number 7. Stop neglecting personal development. Famous Stoic philosophers like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius believe that the path to true happiness lies in nurturing the soul and developing the spirit. They have left us a legacy of thought on conquering oneself through discipline, not only as a means to face difficulties, but also as a path to a meaningful and fulfilling life. In the context of the modern world, one of the greatest challenges we face is not a lack of opportunities, but a lack of personal development. Do not let yourself get stuck in the trap of stagnation. Stoicism teaches us not just how to live correctly, but also encourages us to continuously refine our souls, viewing it as the guiding light in the journey of life. Take the example of Marcus Aurelius, an emperor who not only managed a vast empire, but also continually sought knowledge, wisdom, and self-improvement every day. He wrote in his book, Meditations, that our life is what our thoughts make it. This emphasizes the importance of reflection and daily self-examination as a means to self-improvement. A specific example of continual personal development can be seen in the life of Seneca. He was not only a Stoic philosopher, but also a writer, politician, and playwright. Seneca constantly sought to expand his knowledge and skills through reading, writing, and engaging in deep discussions. Seneca believed that through self-development, we not only elevate ourselves, but can also make a positive contribution to society, making the world a better place. We, living in today's age, should also learn from these lessons. Spend time reading books, learning a new skill, or even reflecting on life and your personal goals. Any action aimed at improving oneself is an important step on the path to pursuing wisdom and inner peace in Stoicism. Remember, every day is an opportunity to become the best version of yourself. Never stop learning, never stop exploring yourself and the world around you. Continual personal development is the key to unlocking the doors to wisdom, peace, and true freedom. We often encounter crossroads full of surprises. Sometimes we stand before change like an invisible wall, hindering our steps forward. But have you ever wondered what would happen if we not only faced, but also embraced change as an inseparable part of life? But Stoic philosophy has taught us that real strength lies in the ability to adapt and accept. Not all changes are easy or comfortable, but they all bring us the opportunity to grow, learn, and become stronger. Principle number 8. Stop resisting change. Seneca, one of the most talented Stoic philosophers, emphasized that while we wait for life, life passes. He not only conveyed a profound message about living each moment to the fullest, but also pointed out the key to freeing us from both material and spiritual chains. In the whirlwind of life, the biggest challenge is not the relentless changes, but our futile resistance to them. This resistance not only depletes our precious time, but also causes us to miss countless opportunities for self-improvement. Stoic philosophy opens a door to viewing the world where change is not just accepted, but welcomed as a precious gift of life. Facing change, we not only discover our inner strength, but also uncover infinite possibilities for growth, adaptation, and maturity. Instead of standing still and falling behind, we are encouraged to walk the path of personal development, broaden our horizons, and embrace new possibilities. Accepting and embracing change is a journey filled with lessons and opportunities. When we learn to see each challenge not as a barrier, but as a stepping stone to go further, we begin to understand the true value of patience, courage, and calmness. Seneca teaches us not just how to live, but how to face life, not by avoiding or resisting, but by embracing every event with an open heart and a peaceful soul. So, let's walk firmly on the path of change, without fear or hesitation. Each step is not just a move forward, but also a reminder of the invisible strength within each of us, the ability to adapt and overcome. Life is constantly changing, and it is in this transformation that we find ourselves, and the beauty of living a life continually moving toward the light of knowledge and love. Let's help each other grow. How has this principle changed your life? Share your experiences below so we can all learn from each other. Principle number 9. Stop fearing failure. Imagine you are an explorer facing a range of rugged, towering mountains. You know the path ahead won't be easy. There will be times when you slip and fall. But with each time you rise, you learn a new lesson about strength, patience, and perseverance. Every setback isn't a step backward, but a new step forward on the path to wisdom. Facing and embracing failure isn't just an inevitable part of life, but also an opportunity for us to become stronger and wiser. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This is a powerful reminder not just to accept failure, but also to learn to find opportunities within it. Furthermore, Seneca wrote, "There is no favorable wind for the sailor who doesn't know where to go." Failure, in its essence, forces us to redefine our goals and directions. It helps us realize that not every path leads to the expected destination, and sometimes this adjustment is the turning point towards success. Consider the story of Thomas Edison in inventing the light bulb. He failed thousands of times before finally finding a working method. Instead of seeing each failure as a mistake, Edison saw them as progress. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways. That won't work." This perspective on failure reflects not only perseverance, but also resilient optimism, a crucial trait of Stoicism. Let's learn from failure, not by avoiding it, but by facing it and analyzing it. When we accept failure as an integral part of the learning and development process, we not only overcome it, but also become stronger and more independent. That's when failure ceases to be daunting and becomes a solid stepping stone for future success. Time is the most precious asset we possess. Yet, in the hustle and bustle of daily life, how many times have we gotten caught in the trap of procrastination, missing out on those precious moments? Have you ever wondered what would happen if you stopped postponing your goals, your dreams that you've always longed for? Let's explore together how breaking the habit of procrastination can transform your life, bringing freedom and the ability to achieve greatness. Next, we will delve into the heart of Stoic philosophy to understand better the power of taking action right now and how to apply it to each of our lives. Principle number 10. Stop postponing your goals. Procrastination, one of the greatest enemies of progress, is often nurtured by fear and doubt. This feeling haunts us with what-ifs and what will happen ifs, creating an imaginary barrier between us and the goals we desire. Stoicism, a steadfast fortress of the mind, not only challenges us to confront these fears, but also encourages us to embrace them as steps leading to success. Understanding that every challenge, every obstacle, is an opportunity to cultivate patience, self-control, and determination, we begin to see the true value of overcoming procrastination. We are encouraged to view each day as a precious gift, an opportunity to come closer to our goals, not by leaping into unnecessary risks, but through small, persistent, and purposeful steps. Perseverance in setting and pursuing goals not only helps us achieve material success, but also builds a solid foundation for self-mastery and courage, thereby paving the way for wisdom and inner peace. Seneca reminds us, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This is a call to immediate action, not waiting for tomorrow or when there's time. This precious time, if not cherished and wisely used, will pass by never to return. In the pursuit of goals, each step we take is not only an effort to improve ourselves, but also a choice to live fully in each moment, an expression of the relentless spirit and steadfast determination of Stoicism. Consider overcoming procrastination not only as a personal challenge, but also as an opportunity to live a meaningful life, where each day is a step forward on the journey of self-realization and the search for inner peace. As you journey through each day with a free soul and steadfast heart, the principles of Stoic philosophy are not merely lessons in books. They become beacons illuminating the path ahead. Today, we've explored 10 habits that could keep you forever lost in the pursuit of happiness and prosperity. But remember, change begins from within yourself. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Have you applied any of these 10 principles to your daily life yet? Feel free to share your profound insights in the comments section. And don't forget, if you find this video helpful, please like and share it to support us. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our latest videos on Stoic philosophy. Your support is a great encouragement for us to continue creating quality and meaningful content. Stay tuned for the next videos displayed at the end of today's lesson, so you won't miss out on the journey of self-improvement. Together, we can explore and apply invaluable lessons from Stoic philosophy, turning every challenge into a stepping stone to advance further on the path of life. Thank you for spending time with us today. See you in the next videos.